Jaja. My matric number is 266474. Currently, I'm doing Bachelor in Hospitality Management for the 5th semester in University Utara Malaysia.
Good day everyone, my name is Chin Yuan Kang. I'm a student from University Utara Malaysia. My matrix number is 266821. I'm taking the course Bachelor Degree in Tourism Management. Now I'm in 5th semester.
Hello everyone, my name is Emerson and I'm a hospitality student from University Utara Malaysia. My ID number is 268221.
Hello guys, before I go through to this video, let me introduce myself first. My name is Noahman bin Ismail and my matric number is 266826. Currently, I'm studying in Bachelor of Hospitality Management in semester 5.
First of all, I will start with the introduction part. This part contains 4 content, which are the objective of the study, the sample of the study, the instrument that we use to gain information, and last but not least, why we should study such problem. The main objective of this report is to give students an experience to know how the establishment staffs or higher management encounter the negative review or comments that given by their customers. Besides, the second objective of this report is to give exposure about hospitality cycle, which are included 4 main parts, which are arrival, familiarization, engagement, and departure. There are few steps that have been taken to achieve the objective of this report. The sample of this study is Kentucky Fried Chicken, which is well known as KFC, which has been established in Malaysia since 1973 on Jalan Tunku Abdul Rahman. Today, there are more than 500 franchise KFC restaurants. For this report, we had chosen one of the franchise KFC restaurant that is located at ground floor number 70D, Jalan Kangsa, Kuala Kangsa, 33,000 Perak. There are few reasons make us to choose this particular franchise restaurant. To get all the needed information, we have interviewed one of the Kuala Kangsa KFC staff, Miss Nur Shazwani binti Samsul Hairi. She worked in that particular restaurant for more than 3 years and she has experience in all departments, which are cashier, backup, cleaning service and cook. Studying customers' review are very important for every establishment because it can improve the way of service and business towards employer and employees respectively. In fact, there are few studies shows the importance of studying the problems such as Harvard Business Review found that customers who have complaint handled in less than 5 minutes go on to spend on more future expenses, while Stephen McDonald quoted that in today's internet-driven world, customers have more power than ever. If customers have a positive experience, they will share this experience with friends, family, and connections, which in turn can lead to a new business, all at zero cost.
In today's video, I'm going to elaborate the background information of our sample. The sample that we chose for our study is KFC establishment. The restaurant has more than 500 franchisee restaurants and we chose KFC Kuala Kangsa as our study field. A few reasons why we chose this KFC Kuala Kangsa restaurant as our study field. First of all, before begin our study, we did a quick research on via the online website to know the guest complaints of KFC establishments around Malaysia. By going through these reviews, we came to know about this KFC Kuala Kangsa establishment. After that, we chose KFC Kuala Kangsa restaurant randomly to make as our co-field to study how the management and staff tackle these problems or the negative reviews from their customers. The review, we came to know that there's a customer who complained about the staff's attitude at KFC Kuala Kangsa. So we as a hospitality and tourism management student really want to know how the management tackle this problem in a very professional way. Besides, This study is not only can benefit us but also the management itself. This interview session happen, perhaps the management can communicate well with the general public and know their views on these negative reviews. This way, a mutual communication can be created between the management and the public. I'm going to explain you the hospitality cycle of KFC Kuala Kangsar. The interview, we came to know that KFC Kuala Kangsar follows certain SOPs to maintain a good image of their establishment. Their customer with care and respect while providing an excellent meal. That for sure the customers will feel comfortable with the service offered by the restaurant staff and will come again and again in the future. First of all, for the arrival stage, when the customer walk in through the door, the staffs will immediately greet them by addressing words such as sir, ma'am, or also miss. This way, they can give a good impression of them and the restaurant towards their customer. The familiarization stage, the staffs will let their customers to choose their meals first and they will never interrupt while the customer is talking. They will listen attentively to the guest and after the guest finish order, they will repeat it to make sure that the order is correct. For the engagement stage, the staff there really stress about the waiting time of the guests. As of their SOPs, they will never let their customers to wait for a longer time to get their meals. Staffs will work faster so that the customers will feel satisfied and happy with the restaurant service. Lastly, for the departure stage, the staffs will make sure to thank the customers for their visit. It's a very important aspect to say words such as please come again, hope to see you again, and finally thank you. Because of that, the customers will get a very good experience in the restaurant and will never think twice to visit it again.
Okay, for this part, I will talk about social remedies and or corrective measure. So firstly, they do is the manager seeks for the involved staff answer for misbehave. The manager must find proof of the crime committed by the worker in this way. This is to keep the manager and the restaurant workers from getting misunderstanding. If the manager does not properly investigate the error committed by the worker, it will further complicate the issue faced by the restaurant. The manager should have an effective communicate with their staff to solve that problem they're having in the restaurant. For secondly, the manager should give the warning letter, which is 3 maximum warning letter to the staff who make a mistake in the restaurant. In this way, staff can also ensure that they act more consciously without repeating the error they have made. For example, if the staff make the same mistake again, manager should give a first warning letter to them, which is the first warning letter made for avoid the same thing happen again. If they made some mistake, so manager should give a second warning letter to the staff, and if they make the mistake again and again, manager will give the last warning letter to the staff. If the staff have received the last warning letter and they made some mistake again, there is no warning letter after that, because when they have last warning letter and they made a mistake again, so the manager will give a terminate letter to the staff. For the last one is address the staff with difficult personality. Manager must make sure the staff is aware of the problem he is causing in the workplace. It is easy for a staff to be completely blind to his or her distracting behavior. Manager should arrange to meet the staff to explain how the behavior affecting his co-worker and the restaurant environment. Awareness is the first and the most important step in dealing with the staff who has a difficult personality.
Based on the interview, there are three main stakeholders that are involved in this complaint issue that happened in KFC Kuala Kangsar. There are also recommendations for the respective stakeholders. First of all, the manager of the restaurant. The interviewee, Ms. Shazwani, has suggested the manager of the restaurant to reward the employees who perform well in their jobs. This is a great way since if the staff got rewarded, they will feel appreciated and motivated. At the same time, the well-performed staff who get the reward may influence the other to act as him or her as well. The other stakeholder is the HR department. Ms. Shazwani gave the recommendations that the HR department should train their staffs and most importantly to instill the positive attitude of staffs towards the guests. HR department should also provide help support and advice to facilitate the staffs in their jobs. In my point of view, HR department truly plays an important role. Other than training the staffs, HR department can allocate the staffs to each department according to their attributes. For example, staffs with strong communication skill should be allocated in the front counter, while the staffs with weaker communication skills can be assigned to another jobs that have less interaction with guests. Last but not least, the staffs themselves. The staff should behave properly in front of the guests. Example, they should listen to the guest's order and inquiries attentively, concerned about the complaints given by the guests, and so on. This is because the frontline staff is the one who has direct interaction with the guest, who is also the one who delivers the service to the guest for his company. If the staff fail to serve the guest well, not only the image of the staff will be affected, however, the reputation of the entire company will be affected as well. Thus, the staff in KFC Kuala Kangsar plays a vital role in this issue. Overall, the complaint issue that happened was not merely an issue between the guest and the particular staff only. There are numerous recommendations that the other stakeholders can do to avoid this kind of issue to happen again in the future.
In a nutshell, the interview session with Ms. Sazwani meant a lot to us because of the useful information in correction measures and the recommendations for all parties that involved directly or indirectly in that particular establishment. Next, the hospitality cycle has been mentioned, also giving some exposure about how to handle the customer from their arrival to their departure in an establishment, which can give positive reactions and reviews to both staff and customer. Last but not least, the immediate action should be taken to keep improvising an establishment day by day.
Good evening, Ms. Wani. First of all, I want to thank you for willing to spare your time to have an interview with us. Before we start our interview, we would like to introduce ourselves. So, four of us are students from University Utara Malaysia. My name is Chin Yuan Kang. Can you call me Chin?
My name is Anderson, I'm BHM student. You can address me as Anwar.
My name is Noakmal Ismail and I'm student of BHM Sem 5 and you may call me Akmal.
I am Vijayadas Naragi Raja and I'm currently doing 5th semester in Bachelor of Hospitality Management.
So, can you introduce yourself, Ms. Wani?
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Nur Shazwani. I have worked already 4 years in KFC Kuala Kangsar in department cashier, and you guys can call me Miss Wani.
Okay, so the main topic of our interview today is about a complaint that we have found on the KFC Malaysia guest experience website regarding to one of the staffs at your workplace had a bad attitude against a customer. So we will have few questions to ask you. So before we go through to the customer complaint issue, may you briefly explain the process of the customer experience in your restaurant from the stage where the customer arrive until their departure?
Okay, first of all, at KFC, we are really concerned about the customer service. Customer service is really important. At KFC, we believe that when the guests visit to the restaurant, they want them to feel welcome. So, we have to treat them with care and respect while providing with an excellent meal. For sure, they will come back to KFC again and again. First, we will greet the guests the minute they walk in the door. Then, we will make sure that we use respectful titles such as Sir, Ma'am, and also Miss. Then, don't interrupt while they are order. Then we listen intently and pay attention to what they want. Then we will ask questions and repeat their orders to make sure that the orders is correct. We will also don't make sure don't make them to wait because in KFC we have SOS. SOS is stand for speed of service. Lastly, we will make sure that we will thank the guests and always say, hope to see you again and come again. Thank you. That's all.
Miss Wani, based on our finding on website KFC Malaysia guest experience survey, we found out that a customer complained about the staff's attitude. So, do you aware of that issue?
Yes, of course, we really aware about that issue because the comment left by the customer will be directly sent to the HQ. So each of the franchise will get the notice regarding the uh, the issues that to their specific area. Then our manager will refer to us through the WhatsApp group.
Okay, Miss.
Okay, Miss Wani. So the next question is, what are the action that the management of your restaurant take to remedy the issue?
Okay, first, the manager will sit for the involved staff to answer for his misbehave. In KFC, there are also warning letter. The warning letter is maximum only for 3 letters. Then that staff will be terminated. Back to that case, after the manager asks for the staff, then the staff admit and already apologize to the manager.
Okay, Miss Wani. So does the kind of issue occur frequently at your restaurant?
No, because in KFC we really take a good care of our customer service.
Okay, thank you, Miss Wani.
Okay, Miss Wani. Miss Wani, as a staff of KFC Kuala Kangsar as well, what are the practices that you will apply in your work to avoid this kind of issue to happen on you?
Okay. As the staff of KFC Kuala Kangsar as well, the practices that I will apply in my work to avoid these kinds of issue will happen on me. I will always welcome the guest well, listen intently, and pay attention to the guest order. And I will make sure to maintain the eye contact and always watch my body language towards the guest.
Alright, Miss.
Okay, Miss Wan, just now you have touched about the correction measures, and now I would like to know about the recommendation that you would say for the stakeholders to handle this issue.
Okay, the recommendations for the stakeholders to handle this issue is the staff itself need to behave properly. Then the HR department also need to play their role. Uh, the, H- the HR department also need to train staff to have a positive attitude and have a good communication. Also train them to treat the customer with respect. The HR department also need to give them help, support, and advice. Other than that, the workers also need to respond to their guest inquiries, listen to their guest complaint, and concern about them also. Then in KFC, there are also rewards for the staff who work excellent, which is the staff can get promote if they can handle the situation well, they can work well, and so on. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Miss Wan, for the wonderful answer. And is there any question from any other?
From me, there's no question.
Yeah,
For me,
I
there
got
is
no
no
question
question.
also.
Okay, it seems our interview have come to an ending here. So I would like to thanks behalf of my friends and I. So thank you, Miss Wan, to spend your time with us and give and answer all the questions, and hope you have a good future in the KFC.
Thank you, Vijay. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I hope this interview will be helpful for your assignment.
Okay, thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss
Thank you,
Wan.
Miss Wan.
Thank you, Miss Wan.
Welcome.